Peterbot and Pollo have undoubtedly become the best players in the world. But there is one hidden key factor behind the success, and this is exactly how. Peterbot and Pollo have become so dominant because of the gatekeeper shotgun. I know this sounds crazy. How does a gatekeeper shotgun have to do with this? What the heck, what the heck? Basically, the gatekeeper shotgun is by far Fortnite's most overpowered weapon, and it has allowed two fraggers, Peter and Pollo, to become the best players in the world. This is mainly due to the fact of their solo clutching ability. When Peter and Pollo have a gatekeeper shotgun and in an endgame, no matter if they're together or not, they can both come up with crazy refreshes, kills, and even the win. But how does that have to do with the gatekeeper? How does that make them so dominant? This has to do with the gatekeeper because it's the fastest shotgun by time and reload to get kills quickly. You can kill people instantly. That's why everyone holds it. You can get 1, 2, 3 kills in a row because of how powerful the gatekeeper is. You can hit 120s, 80 body shots. It is just insane, and it has allowed Peter and Pollo in those solo clutching scenarios when they might have faltered to come up with the win in high kills. So you're saying, what does that have to do with the gatekeeper? Why can't it just be a pump? You can get pumps. You've seen pump scenarios. Well, you haven't. The pump was only in when Siphon was in, and that really made the pump super powerful in endgames. But you might get 1, 2 kills and then go down. But with the gatekeeper, you can just keep attacking. As you see here, he just keeps going at people, and you can't stop because the gatekeeper just allows you to do that. The gatekeeper is a key reason. So how does that have to do with two Peterbot and Pollo scenarios? They are easily the best players ever. When they have the gatekeeper shotgun, this just elevates them to a whole nother level. If Peter only had a pump in those endgames, he would most likely not be able to perform as well in those clutching scenarios. He goes down and you just can't do anything with a pump or attack. It hits 20s, 30s. What are you supposed to do with that? So the gatekeeper elevates those 20s to 30s to 70s and 80s. So it allows Peter and Pollo to just kind of be more versatile and get way easier kills and allow them to be way more dominant in the endgames. Peterbot's been crazy for a while now. As you can see, the Faxity clip, the infamous cheater clip, everyone thought he was cheating. We obviously know now Peter isn't cheating, he is just very insane. But why didn't he perform as well and as consistently back in chapters 4, 3, 2, and 1? Well, it's because the gatekeeper wasn't in, quite simply. He was still super good. He won an FNCS in chapter 3, but he just wasn't dominant. This video is about how he won 1, 2, 3 FNCSs in a row and made him the best player. I guarantee in the next chapter, chapter 6, when the gatekeeper is gone, or in the season 2, chapter 2 remake, he will not be as dominant without that gatekeeper shotgun. Don't get me wrong, he'll still be one of the top 10 players in the world. He will just no longer be the best because the gatekeeper allows him to elevate himself to become the best player in the world. So I'm going to show you guys how overpowered the gatekeeper is in a tournament setting. Alright, so I have my duo MJ in that box, and just purely a shotgun in a gatekeeper versus battle. In this situation, what's going to win up close? Go. Okay, let's try that again. Just like in a box fight scenario, drawn in, dead. You can't do anything because you only have the pump shotgun. Like the gatekeeper's just better in an up close scenario, and that's how Peterbot and Pollo have been able to stay so dominant, even as just keep being consistent, and they always just perform the best out of everyone in these last few seasons where the gatekeeper has been in the game. Now here is me and MJ fighting, and he has attack. So like if Peterbot was just getting in a close scenario and just like full piecing him, like just in those scenarios, the gatekeeper is way better. Alright, now let's just do some self-chapter analyzation of Peterbot and how he's placed. So obviously chapter 5 season 1 he got a 2nd place. If you actually go back into that grand finals, you can kind of see he got insanely lucky. In 5 out of the 12 games that he played, he got crazy refreshes and just really good loot. We'll chalk that up to just Peterbot's skill with no gatekeeper in the season. But then as chapter 2 rolled around, or chapter 5 season 2 rolled around, let me just say, he had the gatekeeper and the Grimgate medallion. Now you could just say Peterbot only won that because of the Grimgate medallion. That's not true. The Grimgate medallion was super important to his win, but the gatekeeper shotgun in that season with the mythic one was a key reason why he was so good. Same with the Nitro season. Everyone was like, well, this is the season. We get Peterbot. He's trash. He's landing only at the place that had no Grim Game medallion. Guess what? He won it. Why? The Gatekeeper's in the game. Then the Marvel season rolls around. The Gatekeeper is still in the game. Epic knows what's happening. They know what they're doing with their game. Normally, shotguns are not in the single game, besides the pumps, 1 to 2 seasons at a time. We saw it with the auto, we saw it with attack, we saw it with most weapons. But they kept it in, which means Peterbot won grand finals. He won that land. He won everything. The Gatekeeper is a key reason why. Like, if you go back to Chapter 4 and see his FNCSs, he is still very good, don't get me wrong. Best player in the world. But guess what he didn't have? The Gatekeeper. So he's just not as dominant as a player without that Gatekeeper shotgun. He just really isn't. He's still so good, but he's not the best. By far. But hey, mark my words. Go to 3 months ahead. Chapter 6, Season 1. When Peterbot is playing Grand Finals, I guarantee he will not win if the Gatekeeper shotgun is not in the game. After the Marvel season, if it's Chapter 2 coming back, Remix, go to that season. See how dominant Peterbot is. Without the Gatekeeper, he just will be super good, but not as dominant. So let's analyze the earliest chapter we have without the Gatekeeper, which is Chapter 5, Season 1, and see how that second place was super lucky and how they can't solo clutch without that Gatekeeper shotgun in their inventory, where it's carrying them to these games, doing the damage, doing what they need to be so overpowered because they're both fraggers. Alright, so let's analyze this. So in this scenario, Peterbot does not have a Gatekeeper and is just using the pump. As you can see, he's going for high ground, and him and Pollo right here just get split. In these scenarios, Pollo would go crazy with the Gatekeeper, but he can't. He has no Gatekeeper. So Pollo ends up going down, so it's Peter in a solo clutch scenario. So you can kind of analyze exactly, like, bam, right there, he would have hit a hard shot with the Gatekeeper. He can't with a pump. It just isn't the same when he has a pump versus the Gatekeeper. He rotates early, he's just getting shot at in the back. As you can see, just a pump really is not doing it for him. If he had a Gatekeeper in this scenario, bam, he could have won the game easily. But yeah, the real key to Peterbot and Pollo's dominant success, first in Season 2, 3, and now 4 in Grand Finals, and semifinals, globals, it's the Gatekeeper. Come back to this video in 3 months where the Gatekeeper is gone and FNCS is back. Look at it. He is not going to be as dominant. He's not going to be as winningest. He's going to be worse. He's not going to be as primed up. The Gatekeeper carries him in every single endgame scenario. If you watch Peterbot play and you see everyone else, what shotgun is he using and dominating with? The Gatekeeper. That is Peterbot's main reason to success. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you disagree with me, comment down below. I'd love to hear you. I'll comment on everyone's comment. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe. Peace out. See y'all guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching.